Howdy y'all, and welcome back to Rat's Nest Hot Rods. And as you can see here, we're doing a little bit of welding. There was a split where, I don't know, the hood got hit, or it's almost like a tear in the metal there that I'm going to put a few MIG welds on and then grind that down flat. In this video, you're going to see this part, and then I'll move over to the trunk lid where there was some holes that had rusted through. That I uncovered when I did the blasting. I'm going to fill those. It's not like they're not big enough to go in and add metal, but they did need to be addressed. So we'll see that, and then we're going to move into epoxy prime and put one coat down on all of these panels. And then the video that follows this will be shaving the door handle holes off of that driver's side door, and then laying down poly primer on all three of the panels that are sitting there. The welder that we're using is an ESAB Rebel. It's got the smart MIG. I just set it for 24 gauge and let it rip on these sheet metal pieces. That way I don't put a whole lot of heat into them. And just get some nice tight welds and then grind it fairly flat. It's going to get plenty of filler here in the near future, which you'll see. And we're going to move over to the trunk lid. There's the rotted hole there that we're going to fill with welds. After a little bit of grinding and cleaning, I always clean with acetone, we'll zip this shut, and then there's another little hole kind of off to the right there that we're going to fill. And then we're going to speed this thing up and get into the epoxy primer. Here's a look after that hole was welded up. Came out pretty decent. As you can see, the rust pits around it have turned black with the rust prep. This is Omni MP170 epoxy primer, 2-to-1 mix. We'll mix this up really quick, and then I will show you what I do to clean these panels, which is the 2-rag technique, if you will, where you saturate one and then follow it up with the next one. By the way, this is that Harbor Freight purple gun again, the 1.4 tip. I think it works really good for this epoxy. So we'll lay it on there wet, and then go one direction with the clean microfiber cloth, and I think it works really well. As you can see, the room got a little bit of a cleaning, nothing spectacular since we're just priming, but liking how these panels look at this point. In the near future though, besides those key marks, of course, we'll be able to see where the low spots are. Once that poly goes down and you block it, it shows you how bad your eyes actually are. Alright, I'll back out of the way here, and I'll kick it into overdrive, and we'll get these degreased and move into the epoxy paint.
Dark urban imagery, looking in a broken mirror, washing his face. He sees the old Chevrolet just floating
Alright, I'll slow it down here just to finish off this door and say goodbye to y'all. I like to do a 75% overlap with the epoxy primer, but truthfully more like a 50% here now that I watch it. Always interesting to watch yourself paint in video. You think you're laying it on like a robot, but in fact you're a human and you're making mistakes. So it's good to watch, and pick yourself up one of those purple guns so you don't waste your super nice guns with this epoxy primer. $8 with the 20% off ticket at Harbor Freight, and it's a done deal. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Peace and grease, sucker.